Hello, everyone. Welcome to our freshman application video brought to you by CSUSB's Office of Admission and Student Recruitment. My name is Julie Kruger, and I work as a coordinator for evaluations and processing for Cal State San Bernardino's admissions office. We're happy you are able to join us today for the application video. We hope to answer all of your questions as you continue your journey to CSUSB. Today's video will consist of information that will inform you on CSUSB's admission cycle and assist you through the Cal State Apply application. This video is solely on behalf of Cal State San Bernardino. Therefore, if you are applying to another CSU, some details of the application may vary. Each of our processing unit members will introduce themselves throughout this video. Please remember that we are here to help. If you have any questions, we can be reached at admissionsapps@csusb.edu.
Hello, my name is Keila Harris, and I work at Cal State San Bernardino in the Office of Admissions and Student Recruitment. Before we start the Cal State Apply application, we'd like to briefly review our application timeline that maps out the process of your application. First and foremost, you need to submit your application before December 4th. Due to COVID-19, we will not be hosting in-person assistance after this video. However, we'll provide you with the registration links to our remaining Zoom workshop dates. Soon after you submit your application, you want to make sure you set up your My Coyote portal, which is where we send you all information regarding your application. You'll be notified of your application progress, missing documents, payments, and etc. Once you receive and download your application into our system, you can expect an offer of admission as early as December up until April 1st, which will be sent to your My Coyote email. Make sure you set up that portal as soon as you can. Once you receive your offer of admission, your next step is to pay the enrollment confirmation deposit by May 1st. Keep in mind that the enrollment confirmation deposit does not confirm nor finalize your admissions. It means completing your A through G requirements by spring with a C or better, submitting a final transcript by July 15th, and etc. Also, CSUSB does not accept summer work for fall admission, so please be sure to complete your requirements by high school graduation. We require final transcripts from all students, so make sure to send us your transcript on or before July 15th. Finally, you're registered for orientation where you will enroll in classes for fall 2021.
Hi, my name is Veronica Nolasco and I work at Admissions. Now we'll be moving into the Cal State Apply application tutorial. If you'll be navigating through the application during this video, please open up a separate window and open the Cal State Apply application. Then select fall 2021 in the drop-down box, then click Apply.
Hi, my name is Adela and I am a processor in admissions. If you've already started your application, log in now. If you haven't created an account, please do that now. Also, be sure your application page looks exactly like this. You want to make sure it says 2021 through 2022 cycle, including fall 2021. In order to view all open programs for fall 2021, such as spring or winter, will result in a restricted list of programs.
Hello, my name is Ariel and I work as a paraprofessional for the Office of Admissions and Student Recruitment. Now that you've logged in your application, you should be able to view 4 quadrants: personal information, academic history, supporting information, and program materials. Click on your name in the upper right-hand corner and select Extended Profile.
Hello, my name is Ramon Rivera, and I am a transcript processor for the Office of Admissions and Student Recruitment. In this portion of the application, you want to make sure you select that you are applying for a first bachelor's degree, then graduating high school senior or equivalent. The next question that should pop up is, have you taken and earned college credits through a community college or university? If you have completed community college coursework, please select yes. Keep in mind that you will need to add your community college to your college's attended portion of the application. In order to receive credit for the coursework you completed, you'll need to submit a transcript to us once you complete your coursework. If you anticipate receiving credit for any AP exams you have passed or will pass, you will answer no, since you did not physically attend a community college. You will simply send your test scores or a valid score report to CSUSB. Please save your changes if needed and then select the tab to the left labeled as My Data.
Hello, my name is Jovanice Phelps and I work for the Office of Admissions and Student Recruitment. In this portion of the application, you have the option to import your high school coursework from your California college's profile, if you have one. Simply click Connect and follow the steps. If you do not have a California college's account, don't worry, we will still review the transcript entry portion later in this video. Next, you will return to the dashboard.
When selecting a program, keep in mind that you only get one choice per campus, unless you are applying to an impacted major. Selecting an impacted major gives you the opportunity to select an alternative major, which serves as a backup plan in case you are not admitted to your first major of choice. If you are interested in double majoring, you can speak to the office of the registrar once you are fully admitted. If you have any questions regarding our programs, please don't hesitate to ask.
The very first quadrant that we will be quickly overviewing will be the personal information section. In this section, you'll see that there are 8 tabs, of which we'll be covering citizenship residency information, other information, and financial and parent information. Make sure you've completed all tabs in order to complete this quadrant. If any of the sections displayed a grayed out Save and Continue button, the application is telling you there is a missing required field. Please carefully review all questions and make sure the required questions are completed. The first 3 tabs require you to clarify that the information you will be entering is true and accurate. The biographic sections ask for your name, alternative names, if applicable, preferred name, etc. Next will be the contact information where you enter your current permanent address, phone, and email. The following tab will be the citizenship residency information. If you are a U.S. citizen, please select U.S. citizen. If you're an undocumented or DACA student, please select none in the value that best describes your citizenship status. Then choose your country of citizenship. If you claim California residency, please select yes. If you have lived in California continuously since birth, select yes. If no, please include the date that you began to live in California. If you do not claim a California residency, select no and save and continue. For international students, please include your country of origin and your visa type. If you have any questions or unaware of your residency status, please contact us and we'll refer you to our residency specialist. In the Other Information tab of the application, you'll be asked for your Social Security number. If you do not have an SSN, for example, if you are an undocumented or international applicant, check box to acknowledge you will not be providing an SSN. If you do have an SSN, it is important that it's included as it will help match your application to your financial aid and other admissions processes. All of your personal information, including your Social Security number, are protected by FERPA laws and cannot be released even to government agencies. In the Financial and Parental Information tab of your application, you'll be asked for your household income and size information. If you have specific questions regarding your situation, please contact us and we'll be happy to help you answer this portion of the application. Please save your progress and return to the My Application tab. Now we will be moving to the academic history portion of the application.
The first tab will ask you for your high school information. Please use the zip code feature to locate your high school and pick from the suggested options. Then you'll need to include the dates you attended, as well as your graduation status. Click Save and Continue to the next section. If you indicated in the extended profile that you attended a community college during high school, you should see a tab labeled Colleges Attended, where you'll be given the option to include your college information. If you did not attend college, you will not see that tab. For those that will be adding a college, please select the tab Colleges Attended. For those who aren't, please move on to the High School Coursework tab while we go over the Colleges Attended tab. For those who will be adding a college, begin by slowly typing the first letters of your college or university until your school appears in the drop-down menu. If your school doesn't pop up, proceed by typing in the school manually. Save and continue. Now click High School Coursework tab. First, you will select a grade level from the drop-down. You can start with 9th grade. Then in the next drop-down, you'll select your high school. Finally, you'll select the academic year for that grade level and click the green check mark at the end of the row. Then, you'll see new fields populate where you can add a course. In the course title, slowly type the course and you should see a drop-down with different options. Select the course that exactly matches the course on your transcript. If your course doesn't automatically appear in the drop-down, please type it in manually. Then you'll need to select a course type. If your course is not an AP, IB, or honors course, select none. Finally, you'll enter your fall and spring grades. Make sure you enter in progress coursework from now to spring to ensure that you meet all eligibility requirements. Please make sure to double check your work before moving on to the next portion. If for whatever reason you are not able to save this page, please scroll upwards and search for any missing information in the required fields, which are usually indicated with a red asterisk. Now we will move on to the A through G matching tab. In the A through G matching tab, you will see that most of your courses will automatically be fulfilled. If you have any missing requirements, you can click Update A through G courses on the right-hand side and manually match your coursework to the appropriate A through G requirement. If you're not sure that your coursework meets the A through G eligibility, you can double check this at the UC Doorways website. Once you've made sure all of your A through Gs have been met, save your work and continue to the next section, which will be standardized tests. In this portion of the application, you will report your test scores, whether it's ACT or SAT. If you have not yet taken the test, you will be asked to enter your test date. For the Fall 21 cycle, all CSU campuses will be test blind for admissions purposes. That means your standardized tests will not be factored into your admission requirements. However, if you have scores to report, you should do so because they can be used for English and math placements. If you do not have test scores, your admission will not be penalized in any way. Please keep in mind that adding your test scores in this section is recorded as self-reported and are not considered as official. Therefore, make sure you enter ACT or SAT student ID so that when you send your official test scores to Cal State Apply, you can make sure that your official test scores are successfully matched to your application. When sending your official SAT test scores, you can use code 3594 in order to send your scores to all CSUs you've applied to. If you'd like to send your SAT test scores solely to CSUSB, you can use code 4099. If you'd like to send your ACT test scores solely to CSUSB, you can use code 0205. If you received credit by examination per the AP, CLEP, or IB test, please report those tests in the appropriate tabs. This concludes the academic history quadrant. Save all of your changes and return to the dashboard.
The next tab label as supporting information will be the EOP application. EOP stands for Educational Opportunity Program, whose mission is to provide access to higher education for historically low-income, disadvantaged, and underrepresented students who have the potential to succeed at the university level. You are eligible for EOP if you are a California resident or an AB 540 student. The first tab has a brief description of EOP that includes a link for you to visit the EOP website for more information on the program. Select yes if you are ready to complete your EOP application at this time. This option will prompt the rest of the application questions to appear. Select yes, I will return later to complete these EOP questions to continue your application. This will allow you to skip this section and later return to complete your EOP application. The priority filing date for the EOP application and EOP recommendation forms is December 4th, But even after you submit your application to CSUSB, you can return and submit an EOP application until January 15th, 2021. Select No if you are not interested in applying to EOP. A few quick tips if you do decide to complete an EOP application. When filling out the financial information in the EOP Supporting Info tab, make sure you include the same info as FAFSA or California DREAM Act. You can type your autobiographical answers onto a Word document and copy and paste them under the appropriate questions. Evaluators are looking for responses that truly reflect what the prompt is asking. Be sure to answer at least a paragraph per question. In order to complete the EOP recommendation tab, you will need the full name of your recommender and their email address. Note you will be able to write a personal message to your recommender in this section. EOP does not accept other forms of recommendations. All recommendations must be completed within this application. For more information on EOP, please do not hesitate to contact our EOP office. Now we will be moving on to the final quadrant, program materials.
The program materials will be different from every applicant depending on the major you've chosen. Some majors may not require any program materials, and in that case, this quadrant will appear all green. For example, if you've chosen the criminal justice major, your program materials will look like this. Click on the tab box in red. Then you'll need to select the questions tab to the right. You'll be asked questions regarding your eligibility. Please answer the questions that apply. That should complete this portion of the program materials. If you selected a different impacted major and have questions, please ask us and we'll be happy to assist you.
Now you're ready to submit your application. If any of the 4 quadrants are not completed, please go in and complete the quadrants until they appear all green. Now we'll be moving to the Submit Application tab.
To check if you will be granted any fee waivers, click the link that says Check My Fee Waiver Status. If you are granted the fee waiver, you'll receive the message on the upper right-hand side. If you aren't granted any fee waivers, you'll receive the message on the lower right-hand side. Finally, you'll click the Submit button.
If you are applying to more than one CSU, you'll select the blue Submit All button on the right-hand side. If you receive this message during your submission, you are being advised that you have not completed the coursework for all grade levels. Please go back to your academic history quadrant and make sure you've added all coursework and have completed your A through G requirements. Continuing your submission without the required coursework will be detrimental to your admission and may result in automatic deny decision.
Finally, you'll select Continue and proceed by entering your payment information. Please know that this payment is non-transferable and non-refundable. Please confirm that you are applying to the correct CSU campus, to the correct academic level, such as undergraduate, graduate, or credential, and to the correct major. CSUSB holds all students responsible for the program they are applying to and will not process refunds if you unintentionally apply to the wrong program.
Congratulations! You've reached the end of the Cal State Apply application for fall 2021. We hope you were able to submit your application. If you need to continue with the transcript entry, please do that as soon as possible so that you can submit your application before the deadline, which is December 4th, 2020.
If you're still having trouble with the application, you are more than welcome to join us for one of our virtual application workshops. For more information, please visit our website at csusb.edu/admissions/apply-CSUSB, where you'll find our remaining workshop dates and registration links. We hope this webinar was informative and helped you with the final steps of the application process. We'd love to hear from you. Please stick around to fill out a brief survey for some helpful feedback. Thank you all once again for tuning in, and we hope to see you here at CSUSB next fall.